Hi guys, and welcome to Healing Spaces with Gently Healing. I'm Jen Tilley, and I am super happy to be with all of you guys today. Yay! So nice to see you. To start off, I put a little comment up here because we're going to have a focus of the heart chakra today. So I put, Anahata is the name of the heart chakra. The heart chakra brings balance, calmness, and serenity. Anahata means unhurt, unstruck, unbeaten, and moves love through our lives. And I love you guys so much. I'm so happy to see you, Willow and Sammy and and Robert. It's so nice to see you in here. Yay. I love the love that is happening. And Kevin, it's so nice to see you as well. Yo, Robert, what it is. Greetings, beautiful souls. Yes, it is so awesome to have each and every one of you guys here today. I'm not sure if you guys got to catch Kala's show beforehand, but it was a really, really good messages that have been vibrating into our realities today. And it's been all about healing spaces and healing those hearts so that we can become the highest versions of ourselves. Gosh, it is, like I said, been quite an awesome day. Before I began, I decided to kind of pull out an animal medicine card just to kind of see, where we're at and what it could say. And there's Kala. Hello. Nice to see you. I love you. So we're going to start off with some of the animal medicine that came into the life. And one of the things that was coming up is the kind of the tobacco spirit, to be honest. So we have like the animal medicine and also the plant medicines that exist out there. And I've definitely spoken to tobacco being a medicine and often is very misused here in America, basically by all of the wonderful chemicals they put on the tobacco we have here. But today I decided that we could bring in some of that spirit. It is a very masculine protector spirit, but it also is a balancing. So I thought we could start off today with the card that I drew. All right. So it was actually the medicine of the buffalo. I didn't realize that it was going to lead us down this path, but it did today, and I'm very grateful. So the card is the buffalo. So the buffalo, you bring us the gift of life. Hear our prayers, smoke rising like phoenix. We are reborn within the sacred words. So the buffalo is prayer and abundance, which I would love to bring in that spirit to us right now. In the Lakota tradition, it was the white buffalo calf woman who brought the sacred pipe to the people and taught them to pray. The bowl of the pipe was the receptacle that held tobacco, an herb with male and female medicine. The stem of the pipe represented the male entering the female and seeding life. In the coming together of male and female, the connection to the divine energy of the Great Spirit was made. As the pipe was loaded with tobacco, every family in nature was asked to enter into the pipe and share its medicine as prayer and praise to the heavens. The smoke was considered to be visual prayer and was very sacred and cleansing. All animals are sacred, but in many traditions, white buffalo is the most sacred. The appearance of white buffalo is a sign that prayers are being heard, that the sacred pipe is being honored, and that the promises of prophecy are being fulfilled. White buffalo signals a time of abundance and plenty. Buffalo was the major source of sustenance for the Plains Indians. It gave me meat for food, hides for clothing, warm and soft buffalo robes for long winters. And hooves for glue. The medicine of buffalo is prayer, gratitude, and praise for that which has been received. Buffalo medicine is also knowing that abundance is present when all relations are honored as sacred, and when gratitude is expressed to every living part of creation. And I am so grateful for all of you guys. I love you so much. So even more medicine coming your way. Because of its desire to give the gifts that its body provided, and because of its willingness to be used on earth for the highest good before entering the hunting grounds of spirit, buffalo did not readily stampede and run for hunters. To use buffalo medicine is to smoke the pipe in a sacred manner and to give praise for the richness of life to be shared with all races, all creatures, all nations, and all life. It means smoking for others so that their needs are met, praying for the good of all things in harmony, and accepting the great mystery as a part of that harmony. If you have drawn the buffalo card, you may be asked to use your energy in prayer. You may also be called upon to be an instrument of someone else's answer to a prayer. This could portend a time of recognizing the sacredness of every walk of life, albeit different from your own. To honor another's pathway, even if it brings you sadness, is a part of the message that buffalo brings. This may be a time of reconnection to the meaning of life and the value of peace. Most assuredly, this time will bring serenity amidst chaos. If you pray in earnest for enlightenment and the power of calmness and give praise for the gifts you already have, buffalo medicine is a sign that you achieve nothing without the aid of the Great Spirit, and that you must be humble enough to ask for the assistance and then be grateful for what you receive. On the contrary, to receive buffalo upside down is a signal that you have forgotten to seek help when it has been needed. If your hand is closed in a fist, you cannot receive the bounty of abundance. And you know, it's so interesting. I was watching like how all the rioters, you know, are out there and holding up their fists like this. I'm like, what does this mean? And so today I brought some mudra for us, and we'll get to that later. But you know, as not closing our fist to this. Is really opening ourselves up to the bounty of abundance. In understanding the significance of reverse buffalo, you may well ask yourself, 1, have I forgotten my internal partner, the Great Spirit? 2, am I pushing myself too fast in the physical world and keeping myself from seeing the importance of reunion with the source of all life? 3, have I forgotten to honor the ways of others and to afford them the same respect as that I wish to receive for myself? 4, am I feeling like my life is being used for the highest good at this time? 5, have I forgotten to be grateful for my life, my possessions, my talents, my abilities, my health, my family, and my friends? 6, is it time to make peace with another or to make peace with some inner conflict I have so that I may walk in balance again? Become buffalo, feel the smoke of prayer, and praise change your buffalo robe to white so that you may be an answer to the prayers of the world. Oh man, it was such a good medicine. I was just like, I got to bring this to you guys today. It's so good. So I also did something a little bit more. So within... I know my camera, I don't know how good it is for you guys today, but I put a little bit of tobacco, of the sacred tobacco in this today, and I was going to light this and bring in the beautiful abundance of this smoke and the medicine that it has to provide for us today. So as we begin, I'm getting this smoking for you guys. Gosh, I don't know if you can feel that, but honestly, we're all connected, and even just the breath of that coming in. This journey for me is learning how to use this medicine and not abuse this medicine. And so, as I said, I've been going on a journey of learning how to let go of the addictions that I have placed when it comes to tobacco, but also honoring this medicine because it is a very, very powerful one. So I wanted to share that with you guys today. So just take your deep breaths in, and perhaps you can smell it. I don't know. I really love the smell of tobacco. And I do believe that it is a very, very powerful medicine for us. And again, like I said, here in America, it's just kind of been villainized, and I want to re-honor this medicine and bring it back so that we may utilize it as tools for our life, as it has been ritually used in our past. And it's bringing the past back to the future so that we can experience it in our nows. So I am happy to see you, Jasmine, and Sammy, and again, Kevin and Willow and Kala and Jacob. I just really thank you for all the people that are in here and in this space today that are watching. You guys are very, very important to me, and I love you, and I hope that you experience on a regular basis how connected we just all are. The heart chakra and the focus of this today is to breathe in the life of love. Our hearts is a brain in and of itself. We have our regular brain, which is really very much operated like a computer when you program it. And then you are the governor of your mind, and bringing in, like what we did yesterday, of what was happening with the monkey mind and balancing that, bringing what's happening in the unconscious mind to the conscious mind so that you can bring about balance. Just like Sammy was saying, her mantra was balance. I believe that was yesterday. So I'm bringing forth, furthering that balancing mantra to you guys today. The heart and also the solar plexus or the stomach, the gut, is also a brain. So in the mantras that we use today, I like to cycle with the 3, as above, so below. And on a daily basis, we're working through each one of the chakras so that we can activate these energies and honor and understand what each one of them does for us. What I absolutely love is how Western medicine can't deny the 7 energetic bodies that reside in our centers today. In fact, they're doing such things as working with blood pressures and all these different aspects, and also our meridian lines and the different energy points that is happening in our realities. It is all unifying, and I love that. So again, with the gut, this is going to be a lot of where we release our serotonins. A lot of the things that I believe our addictions are to are not to the external things like drugs and alcohol and cigarettes. I believe it's really the chemicals that are going on inside of our bodies. So getting control of our minds and our monkey minds so that we can understand where the triggers are coming from so that we can balance, that we are the chemists of our bodies. So doing like specific meditations for yourself on learning the different chemicals. Where are you at? Are you feeling more depressed? Do you need more serotonin? What about oxytocins? If there's no one next to you to hug yourself. Learn how to balance and pull that up. Oxytocin was a very fascinating chemical for me to learn about. I used to literally hug anywhere from 30 to 60 people a day for many years. I used to attend meetings and go speak at schools. I used to work with different clients. There was just all of these social interactions that I would have, and I would hug everyone. This is something that has changed in the sense that I don't necessarily hug everyone. I hug a lot of people, and I send a lot of hugs out there. But what I came to find when I backed off from my life and focused on really only myself, that I went through quite a massive withdrawal from oxytocin. It was mind-blowing. In fact, Zach even went on a journey with me where he stopped touching me, specifically for me to be able to generate my own oxytocin. I had no idea the addictions that I had to it, but I was no longer producing it for myself. But through very pointed and specific meditations where I went in, learned about the different chemicals, and became the chemist, where it was like, I need a little bit less of this and a little bit more of this, I intuitively was able to adjust the chemicals within my body. This is a process of keeping yourself aware of what's happening in your reality because you're addicted to these chemicals. So it is constantly bringing that loving awareness to your now and then understanding how to balance that. And it's really through working the different chakra systems, balancing them out so you're not having depressed energetic systems within the body will allow the energy to free flow through the system and bringing you your your own intuitive answers. But again, it's honoring the three brains that are operating also inside your system: the brain, the heart, and the gut. So today specifically is on the heart. The color of the heart chakra is green. Many of you probably know this, but those of you that don't, bringing in green. I'm wearing green for you today and a little bit of blue in there and some black. Black is all colors and also dancing within the void space. So there are pointed things I do, and it's very interesting. Watch yourself. Your intuition is answering like where your systems are depressed. So if you decided to put on a green shirt just because, it wasn't just because. You literally are telling yourself something, or you're telling on yourself. These are like following the intuition when you're watching other person. Like if you see somebody wearing orange pants, they might be having high probability something with their sacral. They're either over in abundance for their sacral chakra or under. But we are all giving ourselves clues all over the place. So pay attention. Yes. So I would absolutely love to hear how all of you guys are doing today. Also, if there is anyone out there that is in specific need of some semblance of healing that would like to come into the meditations that we'll do together. And then I also love to also hear about any critters, bugs, plants, animals that might have shown themselves to you in your life. Again, we are all entangled when we're going on this process. So sharing with what we are seeing in our immediate realities are very, very helpful. We are all unified and we are working for the same consciousness, and it is awesome that we are here. So yes, if any of you would like to share on that, would be awesome. So when it comes to the heart itself, the sound of the heart chakra is ah. So when we go throughout the meditations, it will sound something like ah. So at any points, as you're going along throughout your day or in the meditation, if you would like to throw out some ahs, this will help you raise your own vibration. You can borrow mine as we go about, and I'll play my instruments, and we definitely can open that heart chakra. But again, your vibration, your frequencies, your sound is what is going to fully activate you. It is about learning how to heal yourself through the tools that I'm bringing to you, or that you're bringing to yourself, because you are here and I love you and I'm grateful for each one of you. I see some comments here. So Jasmine, I'm getting ants in my back door. Ah, yes, ants are going to be a good medicine. We should bring the ants in today. I like it. And especially into your back door. Interesting. I've been seeing a lot of bees and moths. Sweet little clover flowers have been catching my eye. Oh, very interesting. I mean, the clover, if we just even take it on just esoterically, like what is there, the clover is where the pot of gold, the 4-leaf clover bringing luck. I'm sure there is a lot more medicine to be drawn from the clover, since it is used even in symbols esoterically. So I absolutely love that. And then moths. Yes, I have been getting some moth medicine as well. I'm not sure. Oh, hi, Lisa. Yay. It's nice to see you. Ants, me too, Jasmine. Yes. And actually, it was funny because yesterday on our walk, Joey Kala and I were talking about ants and the amazingness of the colonies and the palaces that they build under the ground. They ended up filling one of these really old ant holes. And I don't remember if it was with cement or some kind of metallic, to be able to actually see what they are building under there. So this is good medicine coming in. LOL, typing hard. I meant I have been seeing bees and ants a lot. A willow, bees and ants. have been back. Yes. And the bees we did bring in yesterday, and well, actually in the last couple meditations, even if we brought into the dragonfly. Also saw a yellow butterfly when your show started flying low over my backyard. And we're bringing in the metamorphosis, and also, like I was saying, as above, so below. So bringing in the yellow and the beautiful wings of that butterfly will be very, very excellent for the meditation today. Sweet little spider friends. Yes, lots of spiders as well, weaving our dreams into this reality. We also, Zach and I were discussing about Indra's web and Indra's net. I don't know how much you guys know about Indra's web and Indra's net, but we, well, even the internet itself is all connected when it comes to this. It's like we're all connected via web. But if you take, the drops of water and place it on the different parts of the web, every spot reflects all of the different perspectives. It is all connected. And again, spiders are coming to weave our dreams into our realities. So mind your thoughts. What are you thinking when you see those spiders? What is happening? Because it is here to weave your reality into existence. After our meditation last night, Robert said, I listened to an energy update, and the gal mentioned the blue monkey medicine being the energy of the day. Isn't that so funny? Monkeys were across the board, from Angela's show to my show to even Zach's show. And it's still like permeating and playing into my reality. And I love that because the monkey definitely brings about the love and the joy, and then also minding that monkey mind. And there are a lot of different medicines that come with that. And the blue monkey, especially, Robert, is funny because we are dealing with, yesterday specifically, we were working with the throat chakra, and we are pulling that back in today because it's above, so below. So we're really wanting to tie in and getting all of those chakras working in synchronicity. Oh, yay, Layla's in here. Hi, beautiful light beings. I've been seeing bee and ants a lot. Also saw an orange butterfly today. You see, that is awesome. So we got, see, this is what I'm saying. Thank you for sharing all of this, you guys. The medicine is all being shared across the board. It is part of the awakening. There are specific medicines for each one of these. My initials are Webb. Willow, what is your middle name? That is, I don't know why Aaron came to my mind. What is your middle name? That's awesome. I love that very, very much. What a great medicine that is. And Indra's web, and the World Wide Web. And we're raising the internet, you guys. Like literally it's our baby. And bringing in all of the information that we need at our fingertips. So let me see of all of these what is in my animal medicine book. I put it over here. I put it over here. Yes. Okay, so we have, let's see what comes out first. So the ant, that was the first one. It's 32. And it's kind of interesting because this is episode 23, you guys, which is a 5, 2 plus 3. And then the first one that comes to is another 5, 32, 3 plus 2. And it's page number 165. So let's go to that guy. Right to it. All right. LOL. Have a guess. It's a pretty common name. Oh, well, I did. I guessed Erin. E-R-I-N. So let's see. You said it's a pretty common name. So Ellen? I don't know. I would love to know your middle name, but those are my two guesses with E's. And Erin comes to me because that was my sister's middle name is Erin. So here, with the ant is patience. And oh, tiny ant, your patience grows like the sands of time. Can I learn to be like you, or is it too sublime? An ant can carry a leaf over ant can carry a leaf over hundreds of miles just to get it back to the anthill. Ants in Africa will strip a forest bare when food is scarce. If it takes them a year. Ant's medicine is the strategy of patience. Ant is a builder like a beaver. Hey, Willow. So ant medicine is very good. It incorporates your name as well. is aggressive like badger, has stamina like elk, scrutiny like mouse, and giveaway like turkey. And there you go. The turkey also for Jasmine is also pulled in. Every ant in an anthill is part of the ant group mind. And again, we're pulling together as the ant mind, like as unifying as one. As all the ants work for the queen ant and the hive, self-sacrifice is a part of ant medicine. Greater than ants' other medicines, however, is patience. Ant people are active, community-minded folks who see the greater future needs of their town. Ant people are planners like squirrel and are content to see their dreams being built a little at a time. In today's society, that is a rare quality. In the desert, one type of ant will burrow a conical hole with its apex at the bottom. The ant will cover itself and patiently wait for some unsuspecting insect to fall in. As the sand crumbles, the prey eventually falls to the bottom, only to find ants' open jaws. Patience does have its rewards. Ant people have a knowing about the sweet victory at the end of the line. There is never a concern about going without. If they are late for the opening of a sale, if what they want is sold out, they are sure that something equal or better is available. If you have ant medicine, you eat slowly and deliberately and are content in knowing that what is yours will come to you. This knowing is good medicine. It shows a trust in the universe to provide. If ant meandered into your spread today, it is time to show a little trust and patience in some life situation. And you know, Jasmine, it comes to my mind of why it's coming in the back door. You know, what is happening that's coming in through your back door that you need to have patience with. You know, what is kind of like not being seen. Why the back door and why not the front door? There is specific meaning to that. And again, when you get the answers to this medicines, it's not having to go kill these creatures because they're coming into your house. It literally is honoring the medicines, and then they will go. You may have forgotten that you will always receive that which you need at this time you need it most. If it is not on the horizon or just around the next anthill, you will need to use your strategy. How can you put to use your power of creation until it arrives, whatever it means to you at this time? Ant is working for the good of the whole. Are you? If you are, be assured that the whole wants the same goodness for you and that it will be provided. The universe is working for you, not against you. So watch what you're creating. On the contrary, watch out. Here comes the sting. Oh, gosh, you guys, I told you about the ant stings. Oh, my gosh. Like the bullet ant is like the worst sting. I do not recommend it. Learn from me. If you are in a hurry, you may fall prey to those who are not working for the good of the whole of humanity. Those individuals who make a greed a way of life prey on the fear and urgency of those who have forgotten natural and tribal law. It's easy money. If this warning applies to you, become aware of users and con artists. In the contrary position, Ant also teaches you to trust natural law. If you do, harmony always follows. Your silly impatience will bring Coyote to aid you in sabotaging your plans for the future if you allow your panic to outweigh your rational sensibilities. Bring in the logic, you guys. The key here is to honor the will of the Great Spirit so that mountains are not made of anthills. I love that. That is so awesome. I love that. It's gobble gobble. Oh, it's Elizabeth, of course. Oh, that is not at all surprising to me that your middle name would be Elizabeth. What a powerful name that is. As yeah, the flight of Elizabeth, many stories. So again, our names are our blessings and our curses. So watching what we have been named, learning about our names is very, very, very helpful. As we'll start to see that there are certain actions that we're enacting in our lives based off of these messages. And then learning to use them is very, very cool. So what a powerful name, Willow Elizabeth Beavers. Oh my gosh, that is incredible. I love your name so much. I love it. Yeah, taking our powers back and learning about ourselves on all forums is very helpful because we are not our names, but we can use them. They are a geometry. They make shapes and sounds, and if we are identifying with them, we are entifying them. So yes, gobble gobble, Jasmine. I love it. Jenny, you said the good of the whole. I did. I did, Joey. And it is for the good of the whole. Come on. Ant medicine was on point today. Yes, I would agree. I wonder, are the ants still at my door? I wonder. Connection issues again on my end. I think it's good now. All right. I don't know. You say you think it's on your end. So we have the ant medicine on point. The other, so we had the bee, which I don't believe that the bee was actually in this book. Yeah, no, because it was listed as like the dragonfly. So again, the bee. I love bees so much. I I've shared this, but when I lived in Leavenworth, I lived outside and I had all the water dishes for the dogs outside. And this is up in Washington State. And what I found is there was all these different sorts and kinds of bees. There was like 9 different kinds that I found. And many of them were wasps and hornets and bees. You know, I learned the difference between them. But it actually took me quite a while to realize that the majority that I was taking care of were actually hornets and wasps and not the honeybees. The honeybees are very, very obvious because they have fur. But I found that they would come to the watering hole, and it's a very dangerous place, the watering hole, so they would get knocked in. And at first I would pick them out of the water with sticks and different things because I had my own semblance of fear of being stung by them. But then I learned that they had no interest in stinging me unless there was a specific message I was not hearing. And so by the end of it, I would just stick my hands right into the water dishes and allow them to like rest and catch their breath and, you know, get their flight back and all the things. Oh man, I just absolutely love and adore the medicine of the bee and wasps. Wasps are also pollinators. They get a bad rap. The only reason why they aren't equal to the bee on how much they pollinate is because they don't have the fur. But they are just as much pollinators, and they keep that same pattern within their hives as well that the bees do. So even if they're not producing honey, so I have much love for them, and I found, you know, if I stuck sticks in the water and actually created like a safer place for the bees, it just became like this growth that I had. There was even these like green-eyed bees that would come around, and they were big, and oh man, even little green bee. Oh gosh, there were so many different types that were out there. Even the carpenter bee. Have you guys ever seen a carpenter bee before? They are like huge. They look like almost like a giant like fly, but they really are like a giant bee, and they're like all black. I think they can have some yellow and black ones, but the ones that I have seen are all black. They are so many different badass ones out there. So the bees are symbolic, the ultimate degree of fertility, sexuality, their byproducts being the sweet honey of life. Even the shape of bees' honeycomb, a hexagon, is similar to a heart, symbolizing the sweetness and love of life that human beings can find in their own hearts. And this is why I was very excited when you guys were mentioning about the bees, because the bee is the heart chakra animal medicine. So it is excellent and on point. I'm having connection issues too. Oh, interesting. Willow, your full name has a beautiful flow to it. Are you guys still having connection issues? Everything on my end seems fine. So just, I guess, keep me posted on that. Jen, I found the bee that came to me when we first talked. It was dead, though, unfortunately. You know, well, the work was done. You know, I think that the bees end up coming to, or animals come to us, and you definitely got the message, and that animal's life was complete. There's times where I get like my own life attachments where I'm like, oh, I don't want it to die, but you know, they know it's part of that journey. So that's really funny that you ended up finding it and it came back to you. What did you do with it? What did you end up doing with the little bee once you found it, with the carcass of it? And you know, oftentimes I'll just take it back out to the earth, thank it for the medicine that it had. You know, ants are very interesting. I don't think bees do the same thing. In fact, I haven't read about this, but ants, when they die, they end up letting off a pheromone, and the ant colonies will come and retrieve the body and take them back to the hive. Again, the hive mind, that is totally what we're going for. And I love that the bee kind of came back to you. A lot of times when people work with me, they'll definitely see bees. My heart is how you get to me, how you communicate with me. How I protect my own bandwidth is really like literally I have nothing to hide when we're spoken in truth of love. I put it back outside and thanked it. See, that is beautiful. That is honoring that beautiful spirit that came to you. And again, like, I just remember you having like the fear of what would happen, you know, like it could potentially sting your son and all this kind of stuff. And honestly, they're not here to do that unless there is a specific medicine that needs to be honored, and then they'll get loud. The medicines will get louder. So you don't need to be stung by these creatures in order to get it. It's literally honoring them. Bees only have a life cycle of about 20 days. Ah. Jacob, I did not know that. I did not know that. That is very interesting. That is very interesting. Huh. Well, I love you guys. You always bring me more information. I did not know. So, I did not know that. So, yeah, Jasmine, I mean, their life cycles are very short. Have you ever seen the bees? Like, they'll end up taking naps on, like, flowers. And, oh, gosh. Oh, that is so interesting. I love learning new things about these creatures. The connection is good now, but there has been buffering a few times throughout the video. Yeah, you know, it's an interesting area. You'd think like in LA we would have spot on connection. Unfortunately, we're really held hostage to one internet source that they provide here in Riverside, California. It's not us. Oh, Zach is watching on his end, and he's saying that he hasn't had any disturbances. So, the other thing that I would say is a lot of times, I mean, I affect electronics a lot. The more, like even Gina talked about blowing out that light bulb in her house. So electronics are highly affected. I'm even talking about bees itself and the vibrations and frequencies that they operate on can affect how the feed is going. Thank you, Jacob. I used to hate my name when I was a kid, just starting to grow into it now. Yeah. And, you know, honestly, it's I like that you're growing into your name. There's a reason that it was chosen. And for me, I grew up without a middle name. My dad always said when I got married that I would take my maiden name as my middle name. And so growing up, I really always hated that I never had a middle name. So I'd always like have people try and guess my middle name. And even though I didn't have one, no one would ever guess you don't have one. So I had play with it. And then there was a point where I did get married. And then I ended up absolutely loving my name and how it sounded. And that's definitely the next part of my life and phase of my life that it was very important for me to learn about gently going through my life. And so again, blessing and curses. And so I ended up keeping the name Gently, and kept my middle name, which was my maiden name, which was Marlin, and which I love that name as well. And so, you know, our names, they're evolutionary, not revolutionary. We can change them at any given point, but at the same time, there's a reason that you have it. And there's a lot of power that goes behind it. So yeah, if you'd like more information on that, you can contact me and we can break down the etymology of it. You can go on your own intuitive path. Zachary Mortimer is excellent at names and breaking them down. So contact him as well. Things I've learned while making mead and keeping bees. I love that. And again, I love that connection. You and I, Jacob, you really like with our flautist playing and our bee love. I love it. The bee was actually buried under a bunch of tiny bottles of alcohol that my sister left and asked me for. Neither of us drink, but she wanted me to take them to her. Then I saw the bee. Oh, interesting. Well, when I say, what is the medicine? You literally not just had bee medicine, but you also had good old alcohol coming into play there. How many little bottles of alcohol were there? That would be something like symbol wise I would look at. And then alcohol, again, is bringing out the things that you're repressing. So what work is maybe dead within your life that needs to be brought out and rebirthed and rebrought to the light of what you are repressing. That's why you can have alcoholics that are fun and outgoing and they're just bringing out that aspect, or they get angry, and you have the angry drunks and all of that. Again, it's just what you're repressing. It's a medicine. So specifically when I see those kinds of symbols and what is happening around that, I would pay attention. Al Ghul is the take snake. So jumping in and checking out that. Stop cam. Okay. Maybe. Okay. I'm going to keep talking because I didn't have to. I think I'm stopping I don't know exactly why I'm stopping the video, so I'm not going to make assumptions on that for a moment. But Zach has asked me to do that, so I'll keep on talking. Lisa, there are bees in the hive whose only job is to remove dead bees. They're called undertaker bees. That is not surprising. Literally come in and we have undertakers for our humans, and then there's specific jobs and tasks. So that is really rad to hear, Lisa. Thank you for bringing that information to us, and especially when we do our meditation today, let's bring in this information that 20, like 20, if we bring in the number 2, you have the thought, and the thought was what would be the 1. The 2 would be then bringing in the image, and the 3 would be what we bring into the 3-dimensional reality. So the space of the 2, the 1 becomes the 2, so that B and U unify into the 1 space to then we bring it to the 3-dimensional reality. I like that. And then also, if we could bring in the beautiful spirit of what that undertaker of the bee is, perhaps there is work of the undertaker that could bring about the destruction of the things, or taking away the things that are hindering us from living, because the old needs to make way for the new. And Layla, I love it. And then we bring in the 1, 2, and 3. So we bring that to the 3D reality right at the 444s. So 4 again is a conjunction point. If you think of the cross, there are 4 sides, are angled points on that cross, 4 boxes that you can see, and right there in the center is the conjunction. When you start talking deeper into alchemical terms, all of that, 4 is very powerful. So I love it. So we did a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the magic of the 5, creating it into our realities. Yeah, that is so cool, Lisa. Thank you. And yay, 444. I caught 555 right before the show. And there we go. And then we bring in the 5. And the 5, if you think of the star of the pentagram, or the pentacle, is magic. You also have the 5, which is the phi ratio. You have many people that talk about us being stars. We're more than stars, you guys. But if we take the analogy of that and you stand as a 5-pointed star, you have your head, you have your right arm, your left arm, your right leg, and your left leg, and you stand outstretched like this, you can make yourself into a star. But people get stuck in this 5 ratio because you're more than that. You also have your sex organs. The women's are inside internally, but the men are. It's very easy to imagine that that 6th dangle that is happening with that sex organ. This creates that 6-pointed star. And this is where you get the Star of David. This is where you also get the Merkaba. This is all that 6-pointed sacred geometry that is being talked about. You create this space within your reality. You're more than this angled reality, though, because you have the physical and also the metaphysical. So your 6-pointed star, if you put your metaphysical self, your spiritual self on top of that star, you automatically become a 12-pointed star. And so, as I say, we're more than that. So oftentimes with a lot of the information out there, they say the power of the number 12, 12 steps in the 12-step program, 12 months in the year, 12, 12, 12 is all over. But again, the hidden 13th is what we're looking for. So taking us into a 13th dimensional reality. You are not. You are that center point. You are the circumpunct. So again, looking at the 12-pointed star, where I believe our dimensional realities are going to the 0 point, not the 5D reality that so many are discussing out there. I hope that made sense. I feel like it was on a good flow. So I love you guys very much. Jen, I don't have a middle. What, Lisa? You don't have a middle name either? Ah, see, all connected. So really, your name is Lisa Cisco. I knew a Lindsay Cisco. That's why, like, when you first popped on, I was like, gosh, that name sounds so familiar. And then I remembered. But Lisa, that is really rad and rare. Like, how many people have you met without middle names in your life? Not many. But the truth is if it's a blessing and a curse, well, there's only, like, those two that we are breaking down for you. People gift me middle names. I know, right? People totally gifted me one. I would love to hear what was one of your most favorite middle names you were gifted. Or what the most common guess people would have for your middle name. I love to hear those things. Mine is Michaela. I used to hate it. I also used to hate the name Jasmine, but I like my names now. See, that is beautiful. I think Michaela is, well, you have a lot of power in that. Even Michaela, you have the Archangel Michael. And when you start to learn more about that spirit, again, you are more than just that spirit. And why I say don't get too lost in the angelic worlds of angling yourself in. Be mindful of the etymology of each name. But there is power that you can use within that. And you are more than that. And I'm glad that Michaela is bringing you more things that you like in your life. We are making adjustments to the feed right now so that I can get back on camera for you. Okay. And yay, I'm back. Yay, thank you so much, Zach. I really, really appreciate it. Gosh. So Jasmine is probably my most favorite plant of the, like when I go on a walk, like up in Washington, there's a lot of jasmine that grows up there. And I used to do a lot of walking. I still enjoy walking a lot and would say that I do a decent amount, but I just remember walking down the streets and that would just be what would catch my nose. Like jasmine is one of the most beautiful smells and powerful plants. So yay, I'm glad that you love your name like that. And bee and love, Jacob, I'm a novice beekeeper. Really? Oh gosh, guys, see, this is why we're all being drawn together too. Oh, we are of that hive mind. And we are creating our hexagonal realities with the sacred geometry. This is the ultimate sacred geometry of efficiency of the universe. I love it. Layla says, Layla Fair's Weeby is mine. I don't know what Wehebe, Wehbe is mine. I used to not like my name as a kid, but grew to love it. Oh, that's your last name. Oh, you know, it's so funny. Sometimes that's so funny. Weeby is mine. I used to not like my name as a kid, but grew to love it as I got older. Is that how you say it? Is the Weeby? Like literally, it's very Weeby. Like like literally, that's how I'm reading it. And I like seriously Weeby. And then we got the B, and it's like all the things in it. It's awesome. It's awesome. I love it. Thank you guys. I get more fun with alcohol. LOL. I have been a bit stagnant. What do you mean by I get more fun with alcohol? Oh, is it when you drink alcohol, you find that you're more of a fun drinker? Is that the medicine that it brings out in you? My biggest thing for myself is really why I choose not to imbibe alcohol at this point is for me to be able to learn how to do that on my own. I appreciate very much for the years that I had spent with the alcohol that nearly took my life. It was quite the battle, but it wasn't in the end. I have much respect for alcohol, and so it is interesting to hear how it affects you guys. I know with Jacob, you've mentioned about mead, and I've never drank mead before that I know of, and being made from the bees like that, that is a very interesting thing and goes back very far esoterically. So the mead itself. Awesome, Layla. I'm still curious about the dream you had where you saw me. Oh, you saw Jasmine in a dream? Oh man, that would be really rad to hear about. People often guess Anne or Marie. My favorite gifted middle name is Cookie. Oh, I like that. That's fun. What about the Cookie? Is it that you like a lot? Like, I think that's really, really cute. And like the thing I said with you, is like, I just want to eat you up. Like, you're just so adorable. So like, I think it's a very appropriate one and a very cute, enduring middle name. So I like that. Lisa, Cookie, Cisco. That's fun. And then Anne and Marie. Those were the two that I got as well. And actually, I have 4 sisters that they also, I have 2 sisters with the middle name Anne and one, oh, actually I don't have one with Marie. Oh, step sibling. I believe Tessa Marie. I do have a step sibling that has Marie. But Marie and Anne were like definitely the main ones that people guessed for me as well. So same. Cool. Wow, clear picture. Yeah, we set up my phone. So now I'm recording from the phone camera, and the internet should be a bit better with that because we're using the phone and not this awesome internet here in Riverside, California. Oh my God, the video quality is so much better. Yay. Okay, guys, we're doing it. I like cookies, Lisa. You look like a sweet cookie. I know. You do. It's awesome. Num, num, num. Thank you, Zach. Totally. Picture is amazing now. Yay. It's not all choppy as it was before. I couldn't see unless I go back. My picture quality always looks pretty clear on this. Cannabis infused mead. Now that would be a very interesting medicine. And again, when we're using this medicine, whether it be alcohol or tobacco or marijuana, is honoring the spirit that is within that space. I think that was like why the buffalo medicine came to me today, was like, as I'm beating my head against the wall, going through withdrawals of leaving the tobacco, is that one of my main reason for cutting back and not doing and using the tobacco was that I wanted to be able to honor the medicine of the spirit. So at the 1 month marks, it is, no, I'm going on a journey and figuring out how to properly, effectively use this medicine within my life and not use it as a crutch and not run to it for other aspects that I could be doing for myself. And the same came with the marijuana, is that I think it's just important that we take our power back. And then also there are these great medicines out there that is there to help teach us. Even like the clover, man. There's a lot of messages in jasmine, bringing in jasmine. And in fact, in the meditation today, let's bring in 3 plant medicines. And it's the plant medicine of the tobacco, the plant medicine of the jasmine, thank you, and the plant medicine of the clover. And see what we can intuitively gather information-wise. So we will breathe it in, and we will connect to them. I'm not a huge fan of sweets, but I kind of get it. Yeah, it is interesting when it comes to sweets. Some people are more salt eaters and some people are more sweet eaters. I found when I drank alcohol, I definitely did not do the sweet thing. I think I was getting all my sweets from the alcohol. I go in phases on my cravings for sweets. And I did just go through like a month where I severely cut back and limited the amount of sugar intake that I was taking. When it comes to sugar, sugar cane, of that kind of sugar is as addictive as cocaine is. It is in that family. The University of Washington, I think it was probably around 2012, did a whole case study on how sugar is now the most addictive above cocaine. And it was a very interesting study to learn about. In fact, when I was working with many of my clients and their diets and their sugar cravings that they were having is hard of an addiction to quit as any. Again, honoring the spirit. What does it have to say? I had Kala, who was talking about where she had something with the magic mushrooms and then also imbibing the sugars, that there was two very different spirits that existed in there. So it would be very interesting, Kala, if you'd feel up to sharing the story about the connection that you had with the actual sugar cane while working with the psilocybin plant medicine. Cannabis infused mead. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. That was interesting. I would be interested to hear about it. To bring out my best self, I'm not against it. It's just not where I'm at right now. Yeah. That makes sense. Like, literally listen to yourself and your body, and where you are, and keep building up that power. That's awesome, Lisa. Yeah, my bees all died during last year's winter. I haven't started back up, kind of waiting to catch a wild swarm again. Is it a wild swarm that you originally started with? And also, Lisa, was where did you get your bees, and how does that go, and where do you store them, and maybe more information for anybody out there? I love it, man. Jacob and Lisa, if you would ever be interested on coming on the show and talking more about taking care of the bees and what that looks like for you and how it also has changed your life, because honestly, the time that I spent with the bees, it was just like they were my family. They were just part of me, and I just love and I care about them, and I'm still very much like in Leavenworth, Washington, still taking care of those bees, whether they're still here or in the metaphysical reality of my mind. Like I literally, I'd be fascinated to hear those stories. So please, if you'd ever be interested, either in the comments on sharing, this is great, or actually literally coming on the show, this is a great message for all of us, what it is. And how do you catch the wild swarm, and what do you do to be able to do that? And how do you store them during wintertime? Like, what were the mistakes, if there were mistakes, of keeping those bees? Layla says, "Oh, the dream! I remember seeing your face clearly in my dream, Jasmine. Let me tap into what was actually happening." Okay, awesome, Layla. Thank you for sharing more about the dream. Cannabis infused mead is amazing. I've made a few batches. Neat. Neat. What is the difference of the interaction of the spirits of those alcohols? Like with the mead itself, with, like, let's say the tequilas or the vodkas, I see as a very masculine spirit, very masculine. Does the mead have more of a feminine take to it because of the bees? I would be interested to hear that, because there needs to be a balance in when we talk about the duality of this reality. and even like when I read about the buffalo today, the thing that I really appreciated is that it brought in the concept of the feminine and also the masculine. I believe that we are doing the divine union within ourselves. We are an equal part male as we are female. This is why I talk about that six-sided star and the sex organs. We are as much 50% male as we are female. It is divine unioning and balancing those aspects. When we go back to the children, you have a little boy and a little girl within you. When you were born, you were equally parts, 50% your father and 50% your mother. Why? There were certain attributes you chose to have in this life. Like, let's say it was more feminine, so you grew the boobs. And then it was more masculine, so you grew the penis. There was a reason that you chose that in this life. And then, transgender, we can go down whole other lines, but that's not where I'm literally talking about the divine union, and that is part of the journey for many when it comes to, let's say, the transgenders. That sounds like, I don't mean it that way. Like, literally, when it is coming down to labeling anything at this point and it comes out, it is something that I guess I'm slightly fired up about when we're talking about like the world and where we're at with racism and classisms and isms and feminine and masculine and religion. There's all of these identifications, and my goal is to stop that identification and to balance both sides. So whatever your choice and whatever your journey is in this life, I support you and I love you. I say, center with yourself, learn about yourself, love yourself exactly where you're at. So I love each and every one of you guys and on the journey that you're at. It is Hui, W-E-H, Huibi. But I say weeby all the time. Hee hee. I like the weeby, but weeby. Way, hey, A. A is really, if I'm getting that, the EH, if that's right, that's going to be more of that third eye. And then the EB, EE, and that's, you're also getting, the crown. There's reasons for those pronunciations and the geometry that is being built with the shapes of the sound of it. So, yeah, but you say weeby, EE. I like it. Yes, my first hive was a wild swarm. A friend of mine caught and relocated to my house. Oh, that is really rad. That's a journey. Yeah, that is a really, really rad journey. And did they actually all die? I mean, I guess you would know. I know that like many of the bees, when I went back, had moved their hives, and I didn't know if the hives itself was moved or if there had been death within some of the hives. Like I had been in Leavenworth for 2 years in a row, and where there had been a giant hive underneath this site, it was not there the following year. So I just wondered if perhaps it hadn't made the winter, or kind of the stories. But I'm sorry that you had lost the hive, but there's a reason. There was a message that was within that, and honoring that and figuring out why an entire hive kind of passed away under your care. What was the message? And it's super rad that you were giving them a newfound place of life and bringing them to your beautiful property. So yeah, that they were relocated. Thank you for sharing that. My mentor caught a wild swarm for me. I'm still new, but I can share what I know. So many mistakes. Yeah, and that is the journey, man. And they know it. Like, as we learn about them, the more they're learning about us too. And they know that, and they're coming as part of that to teach you. And we're raising the consciousness of the world, and we're all connected. And so that is really cool that you had a mentor that brought you that and brought that medicine to you. And yeah, there are a lot of mistakes, and I would love to hear about that. So, Lisa, I'm going to message both you guys after the show and see if you guys would be interested, or you can say here, yes, so many mistakes, so much to learn. I mean, it was the same with me, where it was like, even when it started with putting the sticks in the water, like I hadn't realized that just something as simple as that. And they would talk about you could also put marbles in the water and all this kind of stuff, so they had things to land on. But I didn't want my dogs to swallow the water because they were also all sharing the watering hole. Jacob, mine didn't survive winter either. So sad. And again, and I'm sorry that brings sadness to you guys, but honestly, I think that is just part of the lessons, and they know it. And there is like more of honoring that, just like what I was talking about with Jasmine, whether it's one bee or whether it's an entire hive, that there was more there, and not giving up, because yeah, there's missed takes and not mistakes. It's like a missed take. So there was some part of that you might have just missed on that, but it wasn't. It was that you are gathering that information, and there was the intention behind it, and love was truly spoken there. And that's why bringing in the bees with our meditation today, and let's honor those hives that came before. And there has been a lot of hives in our immediate reality that had to sacrifice themselves and die in this reality so that we could live and so that we could be here. And that's just part of the journey. I appreciate that you're sharing, and I'm giving you like such a huge hug, like honestly, like honoring you through like that whole bee medicine. Like my heart is just filled. It's not an easy undertaking, especially when you take something wild and then trying to contain it. And like the questions that kind of came to my mind on that too is that I know that when it comes to the hives, what I learned is that the females end up locking the males out of the hive because they just won't have enough food come winter. And what that looks like when you're taking care of them, because I know there's like this order that they end up doing. So that would be very interesting. And Maya's here. Maya, bees are sensitive to radiation, which has increased so much. Hi, sweets. Hi, I love you, Maya. Yay. Yeah, I would say something that was hard for me when I came to California in particular. I have seen more dead bees. I have seen more there was one time I was just walking and like a helicopter had flown over, and so the frequency and the vibration, like it swept the bee up and it was confused and it ended up stinging me. It flew right into my arm, and so there is a lot of activity. And there's definitely radiation that does exist. There's also a lot of people around here that still use Roundup for and other chemicals to kill the weeds of their garden and other aspects. So there's a lot of reasons that the bees are struggling at this point. But what we want to do is raise the consciousness of that and honor the spirit and the information that they have. There is still, like we still go on the research is really the reason why bees are able to fly is because they believe they can. I've still gone on the thing where they can't, like science can't explain why bees fly. And I re-researched this just a few weeks ago, and still like the information was still, they've slowed down the wingspan to be able to explain this, but really they have the belief, and we can all fly if we actually believe. And this is today bringing in the heart medicine of the heart chakra and allowing our heart to have the wings. Why in the history are our wings located right on our backs, like when you're right by where the heart is, because we have wings, and allowing ourselves to fly through this reality is what we get an opportunity to do today. Fertility is massive with the bees. So bringing about the fertility of the bees, igniting that not only within us, but out into our immediate realities. So another swarm, if you are up to it, will come to you and teach you even more about them. But again, loving and honoring. But I would love, like I said, if you would like to come on the show and talk more about any, really talking about the critters and what it's like to learn of them and take care of them, and really the wild bees that are out there. So cool. So we have the bee medicine today. We have the buffalo medicine today. We have the butterfly, and the butterflies that came to us today was with the yellow wings and also the orange wings. So let us read about the butterfly. And I love that. Where are you, butterfly? Right here, a 973, which is a 10. So we go into 910. Okay, here we go. Butterfly that flutters in the morning light, you have known many forms before you took flight. I like that. Butterfly that flutters in the morning light, you have known many forms before you ever took flight. You know what I always find very fascinating too about the metamorphosis process that butterflies or caterpillars go through. Frogs as well. The frog card was flipped over when I reached for the book. So that also was right here with us. But is like us as, like if you look at the metamorphosis that we actually all take while being in the womb, looks very much like the caterpillar and the frog. So again, it is about transformation. The power that butterfly brings to us is akin to the air. It is the mind and the ability to know the mind or to change it. It is the art of transformation. To use butterfly medicine, you must astutely observe your position in the cycle of self-transformation. Like butterfly, you are always at a certain station in your life activities. You may be at the egg stage, which is the beginning of all things. This is the stage at which an idea is born, but has not yet become a reality. The larva stage is the point at which you decide to create the idea in the physical world. I'd like to pause for a moment because the other thing I've been thinking about is we went together doing like the whether it's the new moon or the full moon ritual, especially like the most recent full moon rituals, is that we were asking for transformation by talking about the things that we would like to let go of, and then also bringing about the things that we want to change and love about ourselves through the abundance and appreciation and gratitude and affirmations. So we are utilizing that energy, and on Friday, the moon will be at half. So half of that will be ours, and half of that will be the strength of the moon. We will be in a balanced state. And also thinking about the partial eclipse. So come Friday, we will be at 50% dark, 50% light. The balance is coming. So the cocoon stage involves going within, doing or developing your project, idea, or aspect of personality. And that is the full moon, you guys, when we come in and we're saying we are going inside of our cocoon. We are working on the things we want to let go of, and we are becoming the metamorphosis of the highest versions of ourselves. And again, we have wings. We have wings like the raven we brought in, like the wings of the avian meditations, like the wings of the bee, like the wings of the butterfly, like the wings of the thrasher. There are so many winged creatures that are coming into our reality, but also bringing about the grounding, because we are also able to fly as we are able to root and be of this earth. It is that balance of the as above and so below. The final stage of transformation is the leaving of the chrysalis and birth. This last step involves sharing the colors and joy of your creation with the world. If you look closely at what butterfly is teaching or trying to teach, you will realize that it is the never-ending cycle of self-transformation. The way to discern where you are in the cycle is to ask yourself, 1, is the egg stage, is it just a thought or idea? 2, is this the larva stage? Do I need to make a decision? 3, is this the cocoon stage? Am I developing and doing something to make my idea a reality? 4, is this a birth stage? Am I sharing my completed idea? By asking yourself these questions, you will discover how butterfly is relating to you at this moment. When you understand where you are, the symbol can teach you what to do next to continue in the cycle of self-transformation. If you have found the position through which you are cycling, you will see the creativity of butterfly. Using the air or mental powers of this medicine is done with ease. As an example, if you have been feeling exhausted and have asked how to deal with your fatigue, take notice of the colors you have been drawn to recently. And this is why I was talking. The color of the yellow of the wings or the color of the orange of those wings. We're talking sacral issues if it's orange. We're talking solar plexus, so anxieties if we're talking about the yellow. Does your body feel better in green as we're doing that? Could this mean that you need to eat more green vegetables? This type of thinking is an inspiration from butterfly medicine. Butterfly can give clarity to your mental process, help you organize the project you are undertaking, and assist you in finding the next step for your personal life or career. So we're doing an undertaking, you guys, and there's another undertaker thing right there. The medicine or the main message to be obtained from drawing the symbol is that you are ready to undergo some type of transformation. To discern what your next move is, use the butterfly spread. So contrary, if you have drawn butterfly reversed, your lesson is a simple one. There is a need for change in your life that you are not recognizing. The thing I say about change, you guys, is change is the one guarantee that this life gives us. Change. It is, yeah, that is it. This could be possible need for freedom, for a vacation, or for a new job. You may believe that change is too difficult, and you may rule it out to preserve the comfort of old habits. But in ruling out any possibilities of change, you are saying that the courage of butterfly has been lost. Why does butterfly represent courage? Because there is a totally different world outside the cocoon where the known realities of the chrysalis are no longer applicable. This new world demands that you use your newfound wings and fly. Dude, that's rad. That's rad, you guys. I love it. I love that so much. So with that beautiful medicine, and we have also just touching base on the frog, because the frog has been coming to a lot of us. I'm going to just read, the frog is here for the cleansing. Sing, frog, sing, call the range, quench the dryness, cleanse the earth, then fill me up again. And again, the green of the frog, pulling in that medicine. And then whenever I think of the symbolism of the frog, is the combo. I don't know how many of you have used combo as a medicine, but it is the poison from the Amazon jungle. The frog from the Amazon is very, very poisonous. And the thing that is so really awesome about this poisonous frog is that it has evolved itself out of fear. So there is nothing in the Amazon or in their realities that prey upon it that actually will kill it, because it is so poisonous. So when you partake of the combo medicine, it breeds out the fear. So that you can interpolate that information in your DNA. For somebody that is high with anxiety, it is definitely a medicine that I recommend that you try. It is a fascinating journey. The very first time I ever did this medicine, my sweet friend Eric, who has passed on at this point, was the first person that administered it. He had just come back from the jungle and brought this medicine with him. And he gave 5 burns on my shoulder, and I I would definitely say there was a point where I felt like there was too much medicine used, but it was exactly the right amount that I needed. For the levels of anxiety that I had in my life at that time, and for a while thereafter, it was very dangerous and it was killing me. So when I imbibed the first time with combo, which you want to do 3 ceremonies within the first new moon, to get the potency of this medicine. So on my very first experience, it is a purgative medicine. So you drink a whole lot of water, and then you end up purging. You end up throwing up a whole lot. You can come out both ends. I did not have the both end experience with this. I had the throwing up aspect. And it was very fascinating to see how relieving a purge can be, how you can be taught how to truly let things go. I think in our society, they say, oh, let it go, let it go. And what are the tools that you're actually using? What does that actually mean and look like? It took me to venture all the way into the jungles to be able to understand at a different dimensionality of what it means to actually let go. Our bodies are working for us. If we stuff our issues, they go into our tissues. We also can release them via purgative ways: burping, farting, crying, laughing, sneezing. All of those are purgative medicines. But there are also animal medicines, hence like the combo, that you can use. The very first time I used it, it was a bit much. I ended up throwing up, and I went into the stages of anaphylactic shock with it. This could be very scary because it's a very poisonous medicine. My throat swelled shut, and my face blew up like, well, I looked just like a frog. I literally embodied the frog. And as I laid on the bathroom floor, even when I tried to get water in, because as you've thrown up, you then try and drink something, but my throat was almost completely closed. The water just poured right back out. For somebody that is very anxious and is prone to panic attacks, had I panicked in that moment, I would have died. But imbibing this medicine, I laid on the floor. And what I found, and I went, oh my gosh, how many people that go into anaphylactic shock actually don't realize that their throat is not all the way closed. I laid there, and this medicine was within my vessel, and I was not afraid. I laid there and I knew that I was not going to die, that this was part of my journey, that it was important for me to understand this medicine. So I breathed. I breathed in and I breathed out through the smallest amount of air hole that I had never known. I had ever known. I was shocked. I only needed so much oxygen and that it would pass. And the more I calmed myself, the more my throat ended up opening. This was that process. My face did stay swollen for 3 days. I looked very much like the frog, but I could tell you that I was very, very grateful. After that, and I remember Eric just watching me and just being like, oh, are you going to be okay? Can you sense this? Can you sense that your senses are higher yet? You know, what's happening? But I could tell you that my senses were absolutely heightened, just like I am believing in myself that my throat was not all the way closed and being able to have enough belief in self that would get me through that situation. I have not met another person that had anaphylactic shock experience, if you will, doing combo, but I did. And I knew that there was also a requirement of 2 more ceremonies to go through. I went through 2 more ceremonies after that within the new moon cycle, and I did not blow up like a frog, and I did not have the anaphylactic shock with it, and I did imbibe a decent amount of medicine. I am very internally grateful for the medicine of the frog. If you do have an opportunity to try combo, I highly recommend it. And also, you know, having somebody that does understand how to administer the medicine is very helpful. I I know with Eric, he did his best, and definitely that I got exactly what I was supposed to get with that medicine, and I am eternally grateful for all the plant and animal medicines that have come into my life. That is interesting. It looks like my camera is frozen, and I'm not too sure if it is frozen for you guys. So that would be interesting to know. Is it frozen on there? Can you guys still hear me? Yeah. Oh, my phone is now overheated. Womp womp. A guy I know here locally mixes shungite powder into a paint and coats his hives with it. He hasn't lost a hive since he started doing that. Shungite protects against EMF radiation and such. Ooh, what great information that is. Yeah, what great information. I definitely can see. Oh, okay. So now my camera just kind of shut off on my phone. So now you get to just have my voice for right now. And if you can see in that fun little picture is my dog Audiage. He is a really, really rad dog. I love him very, very much and grateful that he is here. So with that, thank you for sharing that beautiful information about the things that you could coat the hives with. And again, I would like to be able to talk more on that as we go along. So let's do this, guys, as it is 5:30. Let's start the process of doing a meditation. And I think that's probably just the call of that. So if you could find a position where you're either sitting or lying down, we will begin the process of opening our heart chakras and circling this energy around. I would also like to bring in the grounding medicine to bring cleansing, clarification, and the medicine of the earth, of Mother Earth, so that we stay grounded as we also gain our wings with one another. So let's begin. Take a breath in through your nose and out through your nose. And just see how you are breathing today through your nose. Perhaps there needs to be some clearing. Maybe your nose could be stuffed up if you find that. Just think about the red wire systems that are underneath your feet and connecting to the earth. It's bringing down the crown energies and the third eye energies that could be keeping you up in your head. As we did yesterday, the monkey mind is bringing that back down and rooting that to the earth. So again, breathe in through your nose, see how that is going, and breathe out through your nose. And take it easy. It doesn't need to be forced. Just natural. And then when you breathe it in, imagine that atop your head is a triangle that you draw. It has its own colors and shapes. And then on the three sides and points of that triangle above your head, connect it down below your feet. So now you are sitting inside of an upside down pyramid. And then at the base of your feet, connect another triangle. Draw it yourself in your mind's eye and whatever extra added details you would like to add to it. And then connect those points above your head so that now you're sitting inside of a beautiful Merkaba of your creation. Everything inside of this space is beautiful and green. The beautiful color of your heart. And breathe it in and breathe it out. Sending the green out into your auric field. In this space, you are fully protected. Nothing can enter here but love and happiness and joy. It is your safe space. And come back into yourself, into your beautiful heart center. And see the beautiful crystalline light of the void that you sit inside of. Here is your space where anything is possible and all creations are yours. I love you. I love you, it says. And breathe it in and out. And now within this space, there's a box. Do you see this box? Go ahead and walk up to it. And open it up. And inside this box is your safe space where you can take any parts of yourself that no longer serves you. Things that you would like to let go of, any of the negative energies that just don't belong here, that don't serve the higher purpose. You don't have to carry that anymore. Or anything that is identifying you, entifying you, holding you in this spot of habituation. It's time to let it go. Place it inside this box. It's your box. You can come back to it anytime, and if you would like to have it back, it's yours. But you also have an opportunity to shut it in there and leave it there for good. We want to make room for the new amounts of creation and play and happiness that we so want in this lifetime that brought us to being here and human together. I love you, it says. I love you, I say. You are a beautiful being with a magnanimous heart who is powerful in all your rights and in all your glory and your grace. You are kind and compassionate, and even more than that. Can you see it? Breathe it in. Above your head, we have an energy source that would like to connect. It is the Pleiades. The Pleiades is the 7 sisters. It is an energy source that understands how to tap into self-love, that is here to help us with the Great Awakening. You have a beautiful, clear crystalline wiring system that is your DNA. See the 7 sisters. It looks like a kite. And connect it to this. Connect it and plug it in. This energetic source is here to help bring about love. We are interpolating our DNA with this energetic source. We love you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for coming. We now have the great powers of the animals. Animism is a great message and very powerful tool that we can all use while we are here. And today, we have called in very specific ones. The butterfly that flutters in the morning light. You have known many forms before you ever took flight. Do you see the butterfly fluttering in where your Merkaba is? Bring it down through your DNA, fluttering in. And what colors do you see creating its wings and its beautiful messages? Are there any special shapes? The butterfly is also a very great pollinator. So many pollinators coming into our space, spreading the message of love to the human race. I love you. I love you, it says. Don't be afraid of change. Change is the transformation that we're asking for, and it must take place. Breathe in this beautiful butterfly down through your crown, down through your third eye, fluttering down through your throat to be able to allow you to speak. Speak of your truth and speak of your love, to connect the 2 points from your mind to your heart. And see the green aspects of the butterfly igniting inside your space. Is it landing on you? Is it you? What is it like to have butterfly wings? The avians are here to help bring in the message of light. You are not alone, my friends. You are not alone. We are all here within this space. See this butterfly land upon your rose, the rose of healing you have summoned to your space. And allow it to grow and pollinate some more. And flutter this butterfly down into your sacred space, into your solar plexus, into your gut. And the butterflies of joy and enthusiasm sometimes can often get confused. It might feel like anxiety, but it is not. It is excited to bring you the transformation of change. So when you feel the flutterbys and butterflies within your stomach, within your gut, it is bringing you the answers that you need and the strength and the joys of this journey of life. And breathe it in and breathe it down. and let it flutter down, down through your sacral chakra, down through your legs and through your feet, and root it to Mother Earth and allow her the great transformation and the unification. There's the red wires, the roots of you, the connect that will keep you grounded and not lost in the clouds. It is the message of beautiful Mother Earth. Breathe. Breathe it in. She says, love. Love yourself. He says, love. Love yourself. And now we leave that there to play however it wishes within your space. And the power and the great power of change, of prayer and abundance is coming our way, of the white buffalo that we've summoned to our space. Buffalo, you bring us the gifts of life. Hear our prayers, smoke rising like phoenix. There are the wings again. We are reborn within the sacred words. Buffalo, you bring us the gifts of life. Hear our prayers, smoke rising like phoenix. We are reborn within the sacred words. I love you, it says. And see the buffalo not stampeding, but coming in to grace you with its magnificent brilliance of its white light, that it too brings about the necessary abundance and transformation that we're asking with its light. And with it comes the smoking billows from its nostrils. Do you see it? It is the medicine of the nicotine, the mapacho, the jungle's tobacco, the great masculine spirit, and the balancing of the feminine. Breathe in the smoking light and allow it to penetrate inside of your Merkaba, inside of you, to bring about the necessary fire, like the wings of the phoenix rising from the ashes. That is you. That is you, my friend. Allow the heart DNA strands that are connected there and tap that into the buffalo. Do you see its heart? Can you see it beating? The thun-thun, thun-thun. It's the flow. The heart does not beat, it flows. And plug in your DNA to the buffalo, and to the butterfly, and to the mapacho. And then breathe it in. Do you smell it? Do you smell the jasmine? The jasmine that's growing at your feet? So many wonderful medicines here within our space. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Oh, the tiny ant. Your patience grows like the sands of time. Can I learn to be like you? Or is it too sublime? Patience, you guys. Patience, the ant says. When we are creating, it is a journey and a process. Patience. Patience within the destruction and patience within the creation. Patience within your space. You are building within the mind. The ants and the bees have the unified mind. Ants are very incredible and smart creatures. If you ever have one crawling on you and you wish it not to, just ask it to get off. And it will listen. It doesn't want to invade your space. It loves you. It has a message. What is the ant bringing to you today? What do you need to see and feel from the ant today? It has 3 distinct body parts and its 6 legs. Very powerful numbers within the ant medicine. And now comes the bees, you guys. Is there more than one? The fertility and the rebirth and the reborn and the belief that you can fly. Allow the bee to come flying in. Just like the green-eyed bees I would see in Leavenworth. Just filled with love. Love for you and pollinating all of your next steps. Teaching you how to take the next indicated right step for your creation. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming and bringing us this. Thank you for your short but brief life that you have and the messages that you bring. It is time to work. It is time to work. And it is time to love. Love yourself. Love your space. You are beautiful. You are brilliant. You are an incredible being far beyond light, greater and grander than just that. I hear your beating heart. I hear its flow right into our space as we all connect our Merkabas together, and inside of this space we are one, all playing within it and bringing in the 4-leaf clover of its lucky medicine within our space. There is no such thing as luck. We are our creations. Thank you, Clover. Thank you, the power of the green. Thank you, nature. And breathe that in and circle that deep within the solar plexus. If you are ready, we are going to do some chakra toning, starting with the throat and going to the heart and going to the solar plexus, and then back up and back down. It will sound like this. Continue to breathe or chant And with the sound of this song, we're going to bring in the frog. Sing, frog, sing, call the rains, quench the dryness, cleanse the earth, then fill me up again. Come back to your breath. Come back to you. What are you experiencing within this space? Can you feel the ignition of your heart? Does your heart have wings? Can you make it fly? You are very powerful and very loved. and are very important for this mission. It is time to love. Love you in all your freedom, and all of these beautiful critters and beautiful... Oh, I see the moth is coming. They are all here to help ignite and to help with this process. You are beautiful. You are love. How is your energy flowing through you? If you feel any dense energies, please take a breath in and exhalate that sloughed, dense energy out into the earth, out into the rooted red of the beautiful wires and roots that you have created, and connect them. And then breathe in the beautiful green of Mother Earth and the flowy waters and the medicine of the frog back up into your beautiful vessel, into all the flying, fluttering, beautiful creatures that are there, and the power of the white buffalo to bring about the strength, the peace. No more war. Time to set yourself free. Liberate. What does liberation feel like? Being free from the bondage of self. You are free. You are here now. Thank you for being in this space. You are so valued, and you are so worth it. And magnanimous, my friends. I am proud of you. May not seem sometimes so easy, but I assure you, my friend, it is. It's to let go of that fight and allow yourself to just be. To just be here now. All the answers reside right inside of you, right here in this space. You, we, be. Thank you for that last name, Layla. We be. I love you. There are any dense energies. See how your hands are. Your giving hand is your right. How is your right hand doing? Is there flow of energy? Can you think of your pinky and your ring finger and just allow the energy, like wires, just flowing out freely? The gift of your gift to this earth, the gift to you. And then come to your left. This is your receiving. How are you receiving? How is that right pinky and that right ring, or left pinky and left ring finger? How is the energy flowing there? Can you see the wires and the energy? Can you exhalate the energy out through your fingers? This is where the meridian lines allow that energy to flow. Allow the free flowing of the receiving energy. Any information that you need comes from this space. And it is all around you. All the energy that you need is at your fingertips. Literally. I love you so much. And this universe loves you so much. And you, my sweet friends, love you so much. Isn't that neat? Now please take those beautiful hands and put your right hand over your heart and the left hand over it. And repeat, I love you. I love you. I love you. And then give it a beautiful ah. Ah. so beautiful. And come back and let that go. Take your arms and wrap them around your beautiful vessel, you. And I am giving you the greatest, biggest hug and dose of oxytocin right now into your beautiful vessels. Breathe it in. Sense it. Feel it. It's not just me hugging you. The Pleiades is there. Everyone in this chat is there. Every animal and critter that we have called in today is there. You are awesome. I love you. I love you. I love you. Slowly open your eyes and sense your surroundings and come back to here and now. Maybe before I didn't walk you back to your box that was inside of your Merkaba. If there was anything you left behind, go ahead and close your eyes and go back to it and go retrieve it. Or maybe you thank the box for holding the things that no longer serve you for this next venture of your life. We are balancing, and we are balancing together, both light and shadow, so that we can transcend and metamorphosize ourselves into the next and most beautiful versions of ourselves with the most magnificent wings and the most beautiful root systems of all the grandest of trees. We are all connected, and I love you. I love you. I love you. There is, on my feed today, there is a mudra that I put on there that allows you to let the energy, now I have a better one, a better camera, with your left hand at any point. This is a very good mudra to allow that energy to flow and to help you let go and bring clarity to your reality. But on my stories, on all my Instagram and Facebook pages, I have placed this within the story. So if you want to go and check that out and maybe save that. But mudras are very powerful. And this is one that I wanted to bring to you today. So at any point you're just feeling kind of lost within your space and you want to bring about the clarity, utilize this mudra. So with that, you guys, this was a very, very rad show. And I want to thank all of you guys that came in here to visit. I don't know how your heart is feeling, but I definitely would say that my heart feels like it has wings. I would be interested to hear before I fully close up the show, to hear if any of you experienced anything really rad within the space. If there was anything that you could share to that. Man, I think it's just so cool to work with all of these different energy sources that are here at our fingertips for real. Jasmine is saying, in the very beginning of the meditation, I heard monkeys so loud as if they were in the room. That is so awesome. And it's like Robert brought right away. The monkeys are still here, you guys. At any point, if you feel distracted by any of these critters, because we're bringing in a lot, I do want to make mention that all you have to do is evoke the spirit of those animals. We are doing a lot of invoking and invocation of bringing those animals in. But at any point, let's say the monkey is too much or however it goes, you just evoke it. You just say, I evoke you, monkey. But I invoke, I'm invoking the monkey because, again, it is speaking right to the heart and the play and the joy of that as the bees came in and the butterflies and all of the critters that we're bringing in are here to help and not to hinder. But this is your vessel, and you are entifying yourself when you bring in the different entities. But you have that power of invocation and evocation. Again, animism Animal medicine is the oldest, like if you go with religion, quote unquote, on the planet, dates back 100,000 years. And so it is my mission pretty much to bring about animal medicine back into our realities. Shamanism dates back 50,000 years. So this is twice as old as shamanism is. And it's very, very powerful. And if you just believe anything is possible, you guys, and that's what we are being taught here. The Pleiadian energies are here at our fingertips in order to assist us. There is a reason they call themselves the Seven Sisters. It is a feminine energy that is existent in there, but the seven is very powerful, and they want me to take note of that as we are learning about the 7 different chakras. And at any point, guys, if you're feeling lost, just give out an ah, seek with your heart. If you're feeling anxious, send out an O and calm that solar plexus. And again, colors, bring in the colors. I mostly use a lot of the crystalline light. With these certain meditations, I will bring in color, but the crystalline light is all colors. It is devoid of all of that. It is the void. And the void is very powerful and brings about all possibilities. Just like Indra's web is like the drops of water. It gives every possible perspective. And it is very, very powerful. That is so rad, Jasmine. Thank you for sharing about the monkeys. How freaking rad. After that, I went blank. But now I feel recharged. Awesome. I had lit a candle and it went out. Ooh, very interesting. Well, you brought about the fire, and the fire went out when it did. It's definitely interesting about the messages that come with that. Very interesting that the light went out and that you had gone blank. I wonder if the point you went blank, that the light had gone out. Where did you go? What happened within that space? It's very, very interesting. This is that meditation, man. Sometimes you are able to completely silence your mind, and it's not about going anywhere, hearing anything. It's literally about blinking that area. And when you have the monkeys come in, and it's calming that monkey mind, and it becomes this blank slate of just quiet, is very, very massive and huge. And Jasmine, thank you so much for sharing that. Gosh, you guys, again, I am so grateful that you're here. If there's anything more you guys want to add, I am going to just say this. If you liked this video and like what we're doing in this space, please like this video now and share it. And subscribe to the channel if you have not. And thank you all for taking your beautiful time and energy with us. But yes, definitely like this video. It helps us grow, helps us get the message out. It helps us unify, helps us get this world operating exactly where we're creating it, into the positive, loving sound and light and balance. So yes, like and share. And again, I speak to the Shipibo people. The Shipibo are in need, and I say share this energy and anything that you can for the indigenous tribes. I know it's an interesting time financially for a lot of us, but even 50 cents goes very far for the indigenous people in the Amazon. They were here to help us with the beginning and massive stages of the awakening, of the next stage of the yogic cycles. They opened their doors, they opened their jungles. They taught us about these medicines. As I talk about combo, as I talk about ayahuasca, as I talk about many of these things we would not have at my flute that I am playing for you. Please, like I said, 50 cents, $4.50 literally pays for an entire family for a month. So there is a link down below in this, or you can message me. 100% of the proceeds go to them. Does not go to us. We are 100% trying to keep that consciousness and keep this going where we are not in fear and we are not in worry. And keeping these tribes alive and thriving is very important as well. They do not have access to the same information we do. So there is some implemented fear inside of the jungle currently, and it is healing that for them as well. So I believe in you guys as I believe in myself and I believe in them. I have no idea where I went, Ella, but I came back right when you stopped playing. Well, welcome back, Jasmine. Love to you all. Love to you too, Kevin. But I did hear the flute while I was blank. Nice. Nice. Yes, it was delivering that. Love you all. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Much love. I love that, Willow. Thank you for being like the sounding board. I wish on here yours also had like that administrator thing. I thought you would just have that across the board. I like that you're all highlighted in blue and yeah, I love that you're such a part of this. And love to you all. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off. I love you, and I'm glad that we had a much better video today than we did before. And okay, that's it. Love you, and I will look forward to seeing you here tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and then later tonight for the boys' show that starts at 8. I'm gonna go get some dinner now. Whoop. Okay, I love you. Bye.